So today we're fitting the cylinder head and the cylinder together on the 1906 Model H 4-cylinder Cadillac. So this is the head for cylinder number 4. You can see it's very firmly clamped into the vise, and I've put some ultra plumbing sealant around there just a little bit. At the end of the day, this is a plumbing fitting. It's designed to make sure that the water can't leak out. So what we've got here, that's cylinder number 4, and we've already water tested this cylinder. So this is a very different fitting to the later Model 30 Cadillacs. This is a screw-on fitting, so we actually water tested it 10 minutes ago, and it got a few little bubbles around here. So with a special tool that we've made, we put it back on the motor and nipped that down, and it is now watertight there. So this is the cylinder, and it's just sitting on top of the block. And as you can see, this is the tool to actually tighten that down. So it's down to within a thread now, so it's getting very tight. And I've got a 4-foot bar here, and with the assistance of my lovely wife, who'll make sure that the spanner doesn't jump up and dent the copper, we'll actually tighten that down and then water test it the same as we've done the others. Tight there. So what we're going to do, this is a left and right-handed threaded, what we call a donut nut. And the idea is to put one thread into the cylinder, one thread into the head, and you'll see this little dowel hole there. That's a locating dowel that is there on the cylinder to make sure the cylinder goes to the right spot. We will then, using this particular tool here, which we've made, that actually sits inside of the cylinder when we're tightening it down, and you tighten it, and with the left and right hand threads, it actually brings the two cylinders and heads together till they mate up, and hopefully the sealing compound gives us a perfect seal. That's a non-hardening sealing compound, so to get it back off again in the future is not an issue, but it just adds that little bit of protection to make sure that you've got a total water sealant. So as you can see, that's the cylinder sitting upside down. We've got about 2 threads into the cylinder and 2 threads into the head, and that's the top end of that tool with a socket on it. We're now going to lock that down, ensuring the dowel pin sits in the dowel hole, and then using a 5-foot piece of pipe, we will actually tighten that down enough to ensure that it is a watertight seal. Okay, so that is now down about as tight as I can get it. The trick is now to turn it upside down, plug the water hole here, and fill the cylinder and ensure there is no leakage around the join between the copper water jacket, the cylinder and the head. And if that's the case, then we'll actually install it on the car. So as you can see, we've got the other 3 cylinders on, and we're about to just drop this 4th cylinder over the top. Thankfully the cylinder's actually got a slight taper at the mouth of them. It makes it really easy to line the rings up. So as you can see, that's dropped on. And is down. And there we have it. The 4-cylinder head's water tested and ready to be bolted down on the 1906 Model H Cadillac.